Good day, everybody. I'm Reckoning, and we are in Momohime's boss rush because we did Kizuke's last time. So, let's get into that with Kizuke's first boss, who is Kuruzaru. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. For the most part, I didn't have much trouble doing this. There was one boss in particular that gave me trouble. And you'll see that I take measures to kind of prevent that trouble. And I'll give some story, or a little bit of story when we get to that, but it's toward the end of the video. But Kuruzaru is pretty simple. Dodges, windmill, shuriken, and you're pretty much golden for most of the fight. Then there's this jumping attack, where you really have to jump over the shockwaves, otherwise you get a blade broken. And if you're trying to fight him in Shiguri, well, if the blade gets broken, you're dead. This is actually where I'm stuck in Shiguri. Then again, I haven't played that file in a while, so maybe I'd actually get past them. Because it's not the regular enemies that give me the problems, it's actually the bosses. Which, I guess, is how it's supposed to be. But as you can see, we're starting off at level 54, and for the most part, I do the bosses in order. I do get two of them confused. But one is partly because I looked at the map where the boss was, and I couldn't see on the map where it was. I couldn't look at it because I hadn't bought the map for that area. Because when I went through, I had no money, so I couldn't afford it. Which is why I did that one second to last, and then there was, I think Sayo was another one I did out of order. Because I was using the previous episodes of the project kind of as a guide. But of course, since I didn't really put in the descriptions like, oh yeah, we're fighting the boss in this province next. I did that once, though. That was kind of nice. But technically I did it 3 times, but one was like, yeah, we're fighting the boss here. And the other 2 were like, yeah, we're in this area doing something, which was enough of a hint. Because I wouldn't say, oh, we're going through this province, even though there's, nothing of interest here. I'd probably say it in the commentary, but I wouldn't bother listening to the description. It's like, oh, yeah, there's no boss in Kai, but I'm going to mention that we go through Kai, just because, it's that important. I don't know why I'm really throwing up Vengeance so much here. Because, really, if I get hit, it's mostly a blade breaker. Unless it's, his windmill blades. But his, jump attack is, really the dangerous attack there. But he's dead, so we're in the clear. I just decide I have to do that. I get 4K experience and level. Ninja Socks 2, that decreases enemy encounters. I throw that on at some point. I don't remember where. And as you can see, I went straight for this boss. Which is the easy as hell giant centipede. I think it takes me about 5 or 6 minutes to get through this. And that's not because it's difficult, because it sure as hell is not difficult. I breezed through it as Kizuke, and I'm going to breeze through it as Momohime. It's time consuming because, well, there's a lot of stuff to hit. There's 3 centipedes, and considering that they're improved versions of when you fought them before, they're going to be able to take some hits. So, this is kind of a boring fight, because it's pretty much just hitting the sections. You can entertain yourself by seeing how far I can, or how high up I can get the combo. I recall getting it pretty high. And then I got hit and was like, damn it, I could have had a better combo. Firestorm is kind of useless for most of this battle, because none of the rooftops count as a stable enough platform to use. I mean, if one of the centipedes is down low enough, then yes, you could use it, and you could hit a good number of the sections, depending on how it's oriented. But for the most part, you don't want to use a Firestorm Blade. Vengeance is probably not a good choice either, but I was trying to go with the strongest blades I could use. So, yeah. At this point, I think there's only like 2 or 3 more that I don't have access to. It was right there. So the highest I got to is 532, which is pretty good. You have to get constant hit. If you take health damage, you've lost your combo. That's a guarantee. But it's very easy to stack combos. I think if you're using like a regular blade and you're just going through, you're just, hacking, and like there's 2 or 3 centipedes on top of one another, then you can get triple the hits. And odds are you'll hit more than one section with one hit. Which is why you're able to do, like I'm doing, is just shooting up by like 5 each time. Because I'm hitting 5 sections. Right. That's 41. Yeah, does it hit? Yeah, it hits 600, and then I get hit. The one window to take damage, and they get me in it. But if I recall correctly, I don't even heal in this entire battle, because I really don't need to. And I level, which is nice. It seems to me, as I was looking over stats while I was just going from boss to boss, it seems Kizuke grows faster in strength, or just he'll have higher strength values, and it seems Momohime will have higher vitality values. But I still think that Kizuke winds up with more health. I don't know how that happens. But speaking of Kizuke real quick, I may or may not start going toward the final layers with Kizuke. I may or may not do that after I finish recording this. But I've decided that, like, I know what the finale of this project is going to be, and I know what I'm going to do with the final enemy layer. That's going to be something serious. What I'd like to do, and I don't know exactly how I'd do it, but I'd like to have some co-commentators while I'm doing it. I don't know how I would manage it though. But that's what I'd like to do. And I go and juggle the segment for some reason. Just so you know, I'm planning on the finale of the project being the final enemy layer. Because once you've beaten that layer, you've beaten the toughest thing in the game. Like, the third ending bosses aren't really that much when you compare them to that final layer. That's just how it is. There is one hidden boss that I did not know about until, I think, yesterday. I'll be showing that off at some point. I'll probably do that with Kizuke as well. And it, well, you'll just have to see. It's interesting. It's an interesting boss. But you're just gonna have to wait. That's a lot of souls. So we got 2 centipedes left. So looks like we've still got a little while to go. I need to switch blades. Good, I do. Wait till I can get a good quick draw. I think I had the strongest blades that she could equip at this point. I think once she hits 60, she can use the strongest blade that's available at the moment. Because until I start doing the enemy layer, or at least the white enemy layers, I can't get any other blades. Because like regular layers and the other bosses give you items. The white layers give you swords, which are some of the most powerful in the game. And at this point, I need them to keep forging blades. I mean, the strongest I can get is the Yasha blade that's 570. I think the next one is either right under 600 or over 600. I think we get, I don't remember when it is, but I think we get an item that gives you a lot more damage on your blades. I mean, I'll explain it when we get to it. Again, gee, only 12,000 experience though. We get an Imari platter. I'm not sure what that does. Oh wait. I think that's like the swordsman's mallet. I think that's what it was. If I have the name correct, the swordsman mallet increases attack power with the more blades you collect. I think the Imari platter increases your attack power based on how much spirit you collect. Which I check it at some point in between the bosses, and apparently it doesn't give a bonus. So it might be after you equip it. It'll start stacking up. And there's another one that might be a layer reward that is the same effect but with souls. So that could be good. But we have the two sisters fighting each other. And I think this is the battle where I finally get good at rolling. And I use it a little bit. I remember rolling quite a bit in this fight. I think you can reflect her arrows and hit her with them. I think I do that later. I roll through the bamboo, roll through the bamboo again. Roll through it again. Start getting some hits in. So after this, the boss rushes will be done. So all that really remains is the rest of the enemy layers, the third endings, that hidden boss, and that final enemy layer. So at the least, that'll be 3 or 4 episodes. I don't exactly know. Those layers could take a while. Because I know the final one's probably going to be a video in itself for how long it is. And of course, I'll preface... is preface the word I want to use? I think it is. But before we go into the layer, I'll kind of explain very slightly how long that layer would take. I'm not going to tell you like what we're going to be running into, but I'll just say how long it is. And I think it'll surprise you. Also, some of the stuff we're going to see in there will surprise you. But at the point, when we get into that, we'll have the strongest blade in the game. Because I thought you had to do that layer to get to it. As it turns out, you don't, because the reward for that layer is an item, not a blade. So I can actually do that layer as the finale. Because I can do the third endings, because I'll have a Boro Muramasa probably once I do all the other layers. I just hope that either Kizuke or Momohime, whoever I actually do end up doing it with, has enough spirit and souls to forge all the blades. Oh. Or what I could end up doing is go through all the layers with Kizuke, then real quick up over to Momohime, and since she isn't spending her spirit and souls on blades while I'm recording this, I can just use everything that she's accumulated and forge as many blades as possible, then jump back over to him and possibly forge the rest. And if I can't do that, I have my methods. But we're at 96 out of 108. I think there's 4 or 5. Now I'm curious what I did here real quick. I think how I killed her, because I was in the air, I think what I actually did is struck at one of her arrows and actually killed her with it. Now, I'm pretty sure I wasn't 65 before. It could be that, it took me a while to get there, and that's how I got, like, 5 levels. No, I remember what I did. I remember what I did. That's right. I did one of the bosses out of order. The boss that comes after this, I ended up doing before I did this. Because that's where I thought it was. Because I was using my guide and forgot that I skipped this step. And Sayo gives me a small amount of trouble. I don't remember if I level up with this though. Because she's really the only thing you fight here. I might. It's possible that I did. But at this point, I probably should have had the Yasha Blade on, because I'm pretty sure I could have used it by now. Of course, I didn't think of that, because I'm an idiot. But we got 3 of the bosses after this, so I remembered it at some point. I just think I remember it a little too late. You'll see what I mean. Alright. As I make more noise trying to adjust myself. For some reason, the cord on my headset, just when it moves, it makes noise. Like it clicks for some reason. I don't know why. Just did it. Oh, I do level. Do I hit 67? I'm not sure exactly. Sayo's not a big deal though. I take way more damage than I should when I try to kill her. And you'll see exactly what I mean. It seems that when she gets down to her Yasha mode, as I'm going to call it now, she starts spewing a lot of fire. But she's on her last health bar now. She's being carried by the birds, which is just great. Try doing that again. And as you'll notice, I have started using the stones a little bit. I guess partially in preparation for the final layer, partially in preparation for when I do end up doing Shigori mode. Either in a video or just to see how far I can get. Now at this point, I'm like, okay, I gotta finish her off with something. Okay, yeah, I figured a quick draw wouldn't be enough. So I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go with a finisher. Because I know one downward strike will kill her. Problem is, she keeps spamming me with fire, and it's annoying me. It's like, no bitch, fuck you. I still have another blade. Though I could have actually used stone and just fixed that blade. I missed again. So I'm like, this bitch ain't gonna kill me. Because if she does, then I lose the battle. And I don't want to lose the battle one strike away. That would be, you know, BS. But I get the Merchant's Abacus. That's another one of those increases attack power items. I think Momohime is the only character that gets that item. Instead of like blades or souls or spirit, the more money you collect, the more attack damage is added. Now with the 96 blades that we have, it only adds like 17 on. Still, if you're going for attack damage, that's probably the best kind of item you want to use. There's another one that'll help you with attack damage, but once you get to like the last 3 or 4 blades, you don't want to use it. And you'll see what I mean when we do pick it up. Actually, I won't have time to explain it, because we actually get it off the last boss of this video. So I noticed the spiders. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna kill all those damn spiders. If I fall down here, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna kill these. So a quick draw. And that kills all of them. That experience just flies in. Ah, I didn't level? Damn it. So I'm walking away, jumping away, and I level. So I was happy with that. And then I get stuck in a web. But of course. Now I mentioned this before, but I had fought this boss previously while I was grinding up to get her second ending, because she couldn't use the Muramasa Tamano and Sukatoshi yet. So I fought this boss with her before. So, and I'm not in as much danger now. Because the first time I went for him, I was like level 30 and 39. And he was able to kill me. Or no. No, it might have been 31. Might have been 31. I don't remember now. I'll have to look back at the video. No, it'd be too late now. But he was able to kill me because, you know, he was so much stronger. Because I beat the story so far under leveled, so everything, all of Kizuke's boss is going to be adjusted for, oh yeah, you were either at or above the level that's recommended for the final boss, so we can make things relatively difficult. And trust me, there's a certain boss of Kizuke's that is friggin' difficult. And I think it's the last one. I don't think it's the next one. I don't think it's the next one. That thing's already on its last life bar? Good lord. So I was just trying to go for, okay, don't get back up there. Don't get back up there. I'm gonna kill you here. And what do you know? I did it. So, that's another boss down. Level 64. Saya right after that. Okay, look at my level. I'm level 73. I did this boss out of order. Like I said, I checked the map here, and I didn't see the side street for this, because it wasn't in view. So after I fought the boss that comes after this, I was like, wait, I'm missing one. I can't go for the final boss. Which... yeah, where's Shigure Bishima? So then real quick I went back to playthrough. I'm like, pretty sure he's like up around Shinano or something. So then I pull up the video. It's like, yeah, Shinano. Okay, let me go check there. So I check the map and I can't see over there. So then I warp over there. I'm like, oh, okay. So then real quick I go to the peddler, buy the map. I'm like, okay, I see how I get there now. Because Momohime doesn't have a reason to go over there. And you'll notice I do have the Yasha Blade on, because after I beat the boss that comes after this, I was like, wait, why didn't I have that on to begin with? And you notice that I am using different stones now. The stones that I'm using just fully restore blade, because I used quite a bit on the boss that comes after this. Quite a bit. His arrow attack is pretty simple if you just, dash. Unless you're, in a corner, like I end up being once or twice. There was one of the bosses that I was using a lot of, dodging moves, and actually doing pretty well combo-wise. I think it was this one. I don't recall, though. Where did I go from this Ijo stone? I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce the name of the stone, and I don't really care. This Io stone. Io. Yeah. Alright. I think what I did here is I had the item on that you get from the next boss. Well, since I won't be able to explain it there, what the item does is it fixes your blade power at 700, regardless of what the blade is. Now, if you remember correctly, the strongest blade in the game has a power of over 700, meaning that once you have access to that blade, you need to take this item off, because it will actually weaken that blade. And at that point, you might want to put something on the sled that just boosts attack power based on how much money you have, how much spirit you have, how many souls you have, how many blades you have, or something like that. Or you could just put something else on the blade. Something that stops burning, stops poison, something that boosts experience, something that reduces damage, increases enemy encounters, decreases enemy encounters, nets you more money, nets you more items, something like that. I don't really use the stat increasing items, like the ones that increase stat and fatality, unless I'm like points away from using a new blade. And I throw them on until I'm high enough level that I can use it without using an item. And I go for an uppercut there. That's fantastic. Gets me to 75. Good lord. That gives me the Iwami poison. I don't remember what that does. But here we are at the second to last boss of Kizuke's story. I'm cooking up Hoto here because I need it. What Hoto does, you can see, its veggie dish enables divine recovery once, restores 4,000 life flame, and gives you 8,000 spirit. What the divine recovery is, should you happen to get killed, this will bring you back once. We are fighting the dragon god as Momohime. He is powerful as fuck. When I said before that he's a difficult boss, this is the encounter I was talking about. If you're not doing this with the most powerful blades or at a good enough level, he can kill you pretty quickly with one simple attack. He actually did it twice before I recorded this. I was killed pretty quickly the first 2 times I did this, because of one move. And I think he tries and goes for it here. Yes, he does. That lightning. If you get caught in that and don't dodge it, that can easily kill you. I was in it for like a second, and it brought me down to, what, like, I can't really see the life flame, but it brought me under 2,000. So, had I been in that any longer, that would have used up my revive. And I'd only gotten down 1 life bar, so I don't want to use up that recover now. I want to use that for when I'm at least halfway through the battle. I do end up using it. I don't recall what exactly kills me. It might be that attack. I don't remember. And I do end up dying. It might be because I got cornered or something. I don't remember. I recorded this like 10 minutes ago. Wait, how could I have recorded this 10 minutes ago? Almost half an hour into the video. Recorded this 45 minutes ago? Something like that. So I'm out of roasted squid, so I'm like, okay, I need to use some stones. So I've got 7 Amora stones left, which restore your blade by half. So I hit the ground, I'm like, no, this blade's not done yet. I still have stones. That is nice that you can just use a stone and instantly restore a broken blade. It makes no logical sense, but still nice. And since I hadn't put the Yasha blade on, that was the most powerful blade I had equipped. So if I want to keep the blade together, that's the blade I want to do it with. Now you'll notice that the Dragon God is on his second to last life bar. So where the hell could I get killed? And he goes through this sequence of... Like, in this cycle, I don't think you can damage him. Because I try it once or twice and it doesn't work. So I just stand there and block the balls of electricity. Where does he kill me? It's basically an endurance match until he decides to not darken the screen up anymore. So now I know I can do damage to him. So I try and use a little quick boomerang. Was there? No. Where the hell was it? I know he ends up killing me somehow. Huh. How did he do it? Oh, this might be it. Yep, there it is. That was it. If you get caught by that, you're pretty much dead. You have to roll in the opposite direction of it. Which, with something like that, you can't think quick enough to actually do that. So now, I have to make sure I don't get hit by that again. But he's down to his last life bar. And I'm level 71, so I've got over 7,000 life flame. I mean, that attack would still kill me, but I mean, I've got over 7,000 life flame. I've broken the 70s, so I have to be stronger than before. You know, higher I can soar. But I still have to watch my back. Because he's got half of a life bar left, but he could still very easily kill me and end the battle. And I like how I said that this encounter is hard as shit. Or I said something like that. Alright, I lucked out there and I broke a blade on it. But basically, if you don't know the best way to fight him and you don't have the best blades on, you're not at a super high level, and you don't have Hoto so you can, you know, get a revive, he's not easy. I mean, he gives you almost 40,000 experience. So that's gotta say something. But the video is pretty much over, so I'll see you guys next time.